This name of this piece, this lesson, is called Dadumpine, which is named after a little village in Italy. The village was named after all of these, I think, all the garbage dumps that would surround the area. Plus, the terrain was fairly hilly. So Dadumpine is actually a piece that I'm going to be showing you on teaching you a technique which I call the dadump. Dadump. It has this swing. Dadump. It has this dadump sound to it, and I'm going to be teaching you this. When you add this technique into any song, it gives it more of a swing. Now this is just straight, but this, it has a nice little swing sound to it. So let me show you how I do this. I'll play this whole piece straight through, and in the next little video, I'm going to be talking about it, exactly how I'm doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dadumpine. Alright, so Dadumpine starts off when you're counting out the first measure. It's really pickup measure. Pickup measure meaning that it's just it has a little bit of a beat before you actually start the song. So if you're counting this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, that upbeat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, da-dump. That upbeat, that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That N1 is the dadump, and that's the technique that we're going to be talking about. You're actually kind of beginning the chord, you're leading into the chord just a half beat ahead of time. So if I counted this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, dadump. That thumb is coming in on the 6th string on the upbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. So you can see it, da-dump, da-dump. So I'm coming down on that 5th string, and that 5th string is actually the first beat of the next measure, which is a full measure with an E chord. That measure, I'm going back and forth between with my bass notes. I got this. I'm doing another dump to dump at the end of that measure. But let's just take a look at this measure. Now what I have is I'm going to be adding in, I use my middle finger to play that first string, and my index finger is going to be playing the 2nd string. But I'm also going to be adding my pinky onto that 2nd string at the 2nd fret, and then picking it up when I hit that open E string. So I have this. Now we do another little dadump. Let me do that one more time so you get that measure down. Now I'm going to be doing another dadump, but I'm going to be going into an A7 chord, borrowing my first finger on the first 4 strings and then adding my 3rd finger here. So I have. I'm going to pick up my finger and then put it back down again. So I have. So there's your A7 measure. Then I go back to my E, leading in with a dadump. Now the A7. Back to the E. Now that last measure on that 2nd line where I'm finishing up the E chord, I'm not going to do a dadump. I'm just going to hit that last bass note like that. So I get. For my B7, this is the last line in your tab, I'm going to be just forming a B7 chord. I don't really even need my pinky in here. I'm not going to be using it. I'm going to be doing this little pattern going back and forth with my thumb on the 5th and 4th string, and adding in my index finger on the 3rd string and my middle finger on the 2nd string. But now I'm going to be getting up to the C7 quick because I want to get a little dadump in there. See the little dadump? And I'm going to do another dadump on the B7. So I get that. And then finally, I do another little dadump with a little turn on. Now here, I pinch, I get my 2nd and 3rd finger up onto the 3rd and 1st string, and I'm using my thumb and my middle finger to get those notes. But you can hear this, the da-dump. Da-dump, da-dump, da-dump. And that's Dadumpine.